I'm welcoming everyone from around the world. And today being the last day, I know most of you have said you must turn up. And for that, I really commend you for investing this time to be here. I really honor you. I really, truly honor you. There is nothing as important as self-education. In fact, one of my mentors said that people who do not invest in own personal education, they're not any better than those people, the illiterate people who cannot read or write, right? And then people who think, oh, I can't invest time or money or resources into self-education. He used to say, do you think that is expensive? Do you think investing in education, personal self-learning, health education is expensive? Try ignorance. He used to tell us, try ignorance. What is what you don't know costing you? You know, people like to say, oh, what you don't know won't hurt you. Actually, what you don't know can actually hurt you. And that's why we are here today talking about menopause and talking about 90% of women who do not have certain kind of information, who are struggling unnecessarily, needlessly struggling. Why? Because they are in ignorance. But now you, no longer you, not you. You're here because you are open to possibilities. And I so commend you. Thank you, everyone. I can see some of you possibly are joining us for the first time. Here is what I'll say to you. I know I want you to stay here today for the 5th lesson, but I'm really asking you to make sure that you watch the other 4, because there's so much wealth of information in those sessions. And how I have structured this session is that one stacks onto the other. So I want you to stay today, but even more importantly, what I'm going to do, because I know some of you have come back to me saying, I missed this session, I missed that lesson. What I will do, I will leave these sessions for another 2 days so that you can have a run of your life. I was gonna get them all off today after this 5th session. However, because I totally understand that we are in different time zones, we've got other responsibilities, I will leave them on and up for another 2 days so that you can have, you can indulge in all the 5 days. And today, I'm really excited. And some of you who don't know me, maybe you don't know me, you're coming across me today for the first time. My name is Angela Karanja, and I'm a world-renowned psychologist, a woman psychologist, and I help women live well lives. Now, most of you have known me from the parenting circles. Yes, I help loads of parents of teenagers and adult children raise highly effective and mentally well young people without losing their own mind. And we really focus, and we know if we can have a well parent, if we can have a well grown up, a carer, whoever they're looking after is many times more likely to be well. That's why we focus on especially women's health, because women in most cases are the main carers, right? But then as women as well, we have challenges. And I spoke about how we started doing these sessions, the menopause sessions, because when women are raising teenagers and young people, that's about the same age that we are hitting our perimenopause and the menopause periods. And we started to see a lot of struggles in the community, a lot of struggles. And I was thinking, why are women struggling like this? Yeah, why is it that we are not talking about what is working for the 10%? Why is it that we're not talking about interventions that are working? And that's how we came up with these workshops, Well Woman workshops, and this particular one, Hot Flashes Be Gone, is because the worst of them all, top of the list of all the struggles, are the hot flashes, right? And you guys, you don't need me telling you each of the symptoms. You probably know better than I do, right? You probably have experienced more than I have. I have my own experiences. I've also have my own research, right? So it's not about talking about the symptoms. These sessions are about exploring solutions. We're not going to focus on the problems. We will focus on the solutions, because it's solutions that take us to the next step, that make us more productive, that make us more advancing as women, right? So what I'll do today, the plan is I will go through the 4 days, what we discussed. And the first day, on day one, for those of you who are here, just drop the answer about what we discussed from whichever platform you're coming from. I want you to drop the subject, the topic of day one. It had something to do with mindset. Absolutely. It was the menopause mindset. Absolutely correct. And we talked about a mindset that can either hold you hostage, and another one that can free you. And now 90% of women are held hostage in this menopause mindset that tells us, oh, this is just the way things are. Women must struggle. Oh, it's because of the hormones, you know. But I introduced you to a different mindset, a different way of thinking. What if, and we can, reign over our hormones? What if we can reign, and we can reign over our hormones so that they harmonize with us and they are working for us and with us instead of against us? Everyone got excited about my menopause mindset. That was the first day. Everyone was so excited because some of the information I was presenting, most of you had never heard of it, right? And then we went to day 2. And day 2, I presented the topic, returning to being beautiful, well women. And what I said was, what happened to us is when all of us were born as females, we were beautiful, well women. But there's knocks and stresses of life, trauma, all sorts of things, and then crazy, skewed conditioning that began to distort us. And we began to move away from our wellness. Yes, we remain beautiful because your value as a woman does not change no matter how many times you've been knocked over and down and scratched and you know, and bruised and broke. No matter how much that happens, your value never changes. So you still remain beautiful. But because of the society, we even find it hard to believe that we are beautiful. And that is what caused the unwellness. And this unwellness continues to simmer within us. And then when we reach these stages of menopause, this season, this natural, very natural season, when our menses stop. It's supposed to be such a beautiful and natural season, sort of a freeing season where you don't have to think about looking after yourself, after cleaning after yourself and all that, and you don't have. But then what happens is 90% of us begin to have crazy aches, crazy ailments, nasty, bizarre behavior. Why? Our cells are corrupted. They are corrupted. And that day too, I went into talking about the 5 steps, how we can return to being beautiful, well women. And I talked about until you get to a point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, nothing changes. And I also said, I quoted Jim Rohn, and I said, until you get to a day you're so disgusted by what's happening in your life, and you say enough is enough, nothing changes. And what I said was, a lot of you here, you've come to that point, a point of disgust and also a point of decision that I am breaking through and I'm returning to being a well woman. Why? Because these aches, the pains, how we see and look is actually stopping us from being the whole vessel to fulfill the destiny for which we were put here. And some of you, I spoke about this being a self-care issue and not a healthcare issue. And I got a lot of stake for that. But once I explained to people exactly what I mean, people are like, well, we've never thought about it like that. And I'm like, of course, you've never thought of it like this, because menopause has been made into an illness. It has been pathologized. And there is no need for that. This is a self-care issue. And a lot of people will disagree with me because they prefer to stay where I don't have to do anything. I can point a finger and blame, oh, those scientists should have come up with something by now. The government should have done this. The healthcare system should have done this. It's easy. It's easy to blame. It can be hard work to do the self-work. But once you begin to do it, the power you feel, you stop being a puppet and you become the true master of your own life. And we can. And that's what I talked, and we talked about the process of doing it, right? And then on day 3, I think day 3 is what excited. I mean, every day was exciting people even more, but day 3, everyone went wild about this because I talked about the 6-element system. You see, most people, when they're thinking in terms of ailments, aches, menopause belly, or they tell you all you need to do is exercise and eat well, exercise and eat well. Of course, exercising and eating well is part of the six element system. But I said to you that menopause belly has no respect for that exercise and eating well rule. It's this stage, this season, we have to upscale. We are at a whole different ball game. So the rules change, the game changes, and we have to play at a higher level. We play at a higher level, and that's taking charge of our own lives. That's where we play from. And people, you guys were excited. The feedback was phenomenal. And I'm so thankful. And this makes my work even more worth researching. And also it makes me even more authentic to share my own experiences, because I'm telling you what, I'm not telling you things that myself I haven't experienced. I have experienced some of those things, but it got to a point I said, this has to stop. This is not a life. This is not a quality of life. This is not what I was made for, to be hauling around aches and ailments along with me, buckets of them. No. My body, I said, no, this body is supposed to be a temple of life flowing through me. And when I have those aches and ailments and moods all over the place, and I can't sleep and all that, I'm not helping. I'm not going to be able to deliver my gifts, to deliver my talents in that state. It's more like I have to look after the goose that lays the golden eggs. And you too, you're the goose that lays the golden eggs. So you need to look after you. And I said, a lot of people say health is wealth, but do we really say that and believe that? Do we? Because if it's true that health is wealth, why is it that we don't take seriously self-care? Why is it that we don't do the things we know we want to do, we must do, and say, this, I must do this because I am the goose that lays the golden eggs, right? So we talked about the 6 elements, and I will not go through them because today I want to talk about maintaining momentum from how we've come so far. We've gone so far. How do we keep going? How do we keep going? Because the prize, the results, the fruits are reserved for the finishers. A lot of people started on day 1. Where are they? Oh, they thought, oh, that is good information. That is good information. I do hope, to be honest, that they will put it into use. Or they will say, oops, wait a minute, let me go back to those sessions and listen and actually begin to take action on that credible information so I can get my own personal transformation. And then yesterday, we talked about speeding up results. Now, yesterday was so much fun because you got to hear from women just like you, sharing experiences about taking action and actually getting transformation, getting results. You got to hear from a coach who said, it's here. It's about mindset. We have to change the way we look at things. We have to change the way we think about this season. We have to change the way we think about ourselves. We cannot abandon our health to someone else, to some system. It's our responsibility. And it starts with us. And then I introduced you to various, I introduced you even to products that can speed up your results. I spoke to you about my own experience of actually wanting to speed up results by wanting to go under the knife, and thank goodness it didn't happen, because you guys know everything that can happen under that knife, right? Before, during, or after, right? But we're all humans. Sometimes you're thinking, there must be a magic pill. There must be something quick. And I'm human as well. And at that point, I thought there must be a magic pill. But then I reminded you guys all, over here, we are going for quick results. We are going for quick, long-lasting results and safe. We are going for quick, safe, long-lasting results. There's no quick fix here. If you think you're going to come and take a pill or something put on yourself and voila, that's not the way it works. It took you a long time to develop the negative habits that are taking you down. And I spoke about if a train is moving 150 miles south and you now want it to move 150 miles north, you can't just stop straight away and then you'll break the thing or you break the people inside there. You'll cause an accident. However, you can slow it down, because it's about slowing down the negative stuff that you're doing and then beginning to pick up so that we can now begin to move north and we can now begin to accelerate and speed up. And I believe what we have done in the last 4 days has begun to, the kind of conversations I'm having with some of you is on another level, and I'm loving it, right? The kind of conversations we are having backstage, I know people are expanding. And I know people are expanding by the nature of the questions they begin to ask. And it's so exciting for us to see that, because the more advanced and more intelligent questions that you ask, the more we are inspired to respond in that way. Or it doesn't always have to come from me. The answer doesn't always have to come from me in this community. No, not at all. The answer could be right within you, or it could be right within the next person that's sitting next to you. This community is a community of professional women. We have respect for each other, knowing that each one of us can come up with a breakthrough answer. Why? Because we are connected. We show you how to be connected, to be intuitive, connected to source, the source of everything, right? We are able to steal ourselves so that we can have those answers coming to us. So it's so beautiful to think. In fact, one of the women that was so angry with me when I said that menopause is not a healthcare issue, the ailments, the aches, the bizarre behavior, all these nasty things that people experience, it's not a healthcare problem, it's a self-care problem. And she went for it, she went for it. But as I began to explain to her, I said to her, because at one point she said, are you saying it's my fault that my joints hurt, that my knees hurt? I said, no, I'm not saying it's your fault. However, I'm saying it's your responsibility to seek and explore solutions to remedy the pain that you're going through. Then I asked her, who is feeling the pain? She's like, of course it's me. Right. So you're the one feeling the pain, but you're expecting someone else to do something about it. She was like, oh, I actually never thought of it like that. This is what this community makes you become, a reflective, introspective person. You begin to ask yourself questions that you've never asked yourself before. What is my responsibility in this? And what you will discover, everything that's happening within you and around you, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Everything that's in your space, inside you and around you, is your responsibility. I know it's hard for many people to hear that, because for most of us, you know, a lot of people have abandoned a lot of self-care to other systems, other people. Oh, it's you that made me feel this way. It is you that sold for me that food. It is you that's it is you, it is this. But we make those decisions to do or not to do certain things, right? Right, guys? Yeah, I know that was, oh my goodness. And we're now halfway the session, and we've looked through day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And right now, actually, before we go on, I want you to text me right now, and I'll give you my number. Actually, let me give you my number first. And it's a WhatsApp number. WhatsApp me on +44 7385 915 862, and that's +44 7385 915 862. And let me know if you would like to begin to dip your toes in this community, because I and my team decided today that we are going to have a 10-day trial where women, we get in and we do certain things. You come in, you have a goal. What is it that you want? Is it the belly you want to go? Is it the menopause belly you want to go? Is it the hot flashes you want to go? Is it the night sweats that you want going away? Is it the headaches you want going away? Is it the dryness, the vaginal dryness that you want to go away? Is it the aches and pains? What is it that you want to happen in the next 10 days? In the next 10 days, what is it that you want to happen? And we will show you and help you to get that to happen. You might be thinking, whoa, that is fast. Absolutely. Remember, I said we deliver quick results in a safe way, and also in a long-lasting way, so that you have long-lasting results. Do you want that? If you do want that, please WhatsApp me right now on this number, and that's +44 7385 915 862, and let's begin that journey, right? Just WhatsApp me and say, I want the 10-day trial. The 10-day trial. And you know, as I said this, I'm feeling excited, yeah? Because one of the things that, even after I started doing all the processes that I will share with you, I still used to have this bloating, you know that bloating in the tummy that makes you feel you're full, and then it makes you feel, it makes you feel that your trouser doesn't quite fit, and it's very uncomfortable. It's not the toy, Anyway, let me not go into gory details, but when you come inside, we will explain all those, and chances are that you probably are experiencing exactly that. So the bloating for me used to pee me off. I was like, what is this? All of a sudden it's bloated. Yeah. And then it's not coming out from here, it's not coming from there. So you're like, oh, just go. And then sometimes it would hurt. But then I went on this 10-day run, this one, and I'm telling you, on the first day, that thing was gone. That thing was gone. And it has never come back. It has never come back. And that's why I'm saying to you, and as you guys know, we're not doing anything here with hormones, anything. Yeah. It's natural. It's about how we think, what we eat, what we do. There's doable things, like practical stuff, right? Practical. Just trust me. Any person can do it. Yesterday, you saw some of the testimonials, right? The lady said she couldn't even believe that, you know, when she was so funny, because she said that she used to sleep with her legs hanging out of the bed because of the heat, or feeling, you know, because of the heat. And on the first day, for the first time in the longest time, she was able to sleep inside her bed, and there was none of those night sweat or that hotness, that crazy hotness, right? So anyway, text me on that before we carry on. I'm looking forward, and I will be looking out for this, actually, because I'm teaching. I'm not going to be looking into this, but Balu over there will be checking to see that you have texted that, right? Right. So this is our 4th day. How many of you believe, 100% believe, that if you maintain this momentum, you have begun to plant the roots? I believe that some of the shoots are coming out. How many of you know, and you know that if you keep this momentum, you're definitely going to get the fruits, the results? How many of you know that? I know that for sure, because I know that is a law of life, right? That is a law of life. Now, I got some questions earlier, and someone said, some of you have already started getting into our coaching program. And one of the person was asking me if I can repeat what I said yesterday about our package, our coaching package. And I will do that at just in about 2 minutes, because I want to talk about learning. And a lot of people think, and even in professions, we think, oh, I have attended that session, so I know. I have attended the session, I have the certificate, I know. Learning is a very multidimensional process. And it just doesn't happen because you heard something. In fact, repetition is the first law of learning. So these concepts, you will need to hear them again and again, and then put them into action again and again, and then listen to them again and again, and then put them into action again and again. And I want you to think of a child, of a little child, or yourself when you are a little baby, right? A little child, a little toddler. How did you learn how to walk? Did you do it just once and you knew everything and you could walk the longest places? You could even run? No, because it's about not just knowing how to stand up. It's about strengthening those little legs. And then it's about moving one after the other. And then it's about speeding them. And then it's about strengthening them so you can go a longer distance. And now today, a lot of us can walk easily. But that was the process we had to go through. So that now it's completely embedded in every cell of our bodies. Now we can walk easily. Most of us can walk easily. Of course, again, we are talking about a lot of women in menopause. A lot of us are having aches and, impediments stopping us from being as whole as we can, right? And here is the thing. Here is the thing, my beautiful, beautiful women. We don't have to resign to a lower level of life than we can. We don't have to resign to a poor quality of life than we can, especially when we know there's something that we can do. And those are some of the concepts I will be showing you about how do you use your higher mental faculties to reign over your hormones. Because remember on day 2, I think it was day 1 or day 2 or both of them, I talked about every cell of our body is listening. And if it's listening to obey us, what kind of language, what kind of message are we giving those cells? Sometimes it's even so sad because some people have made those aches and ailments their identities. They will say, oh, these are my pains, or this is my, the labels they are given, or this is my whatever disease they have been told it is. This is mine, this is my. And that is some of the language we're going to drop here, because that's not your disease. That's a disease. That is your body not at ease. Don't embrace it and give it home and give it a shrine and make it your identity. It's time to say, right, you've been here, you came here because I wasn't aware of anything else at that time, but it's time for you to go. This body, you're not renting pain, you're not renting room in this body of mine, or whatever it is. I mean, and we will go through those exercises, and they are powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. Now, I talked about repetition being the first law of learning. So we're going to be repeating a lot of that. And also I talked about success is for the finishers. You don't gain anything by just starting and stopping, or trying something. Of course, if it's something you have never tried, it's going to be challenging, right? Think about it right now. If you've been drinking your cup of tea with 3 sugars, you can't just decide tomorrow I'm going to go cold turkey and I'm not having any sugar at all. This is what we call the, that bang up stopping. It's hard on your body. That's why people, you get headaches like mad, and you decide, this is not working for me. And that's why I talked about, if a train is going 150 miles south, the safest and the quickest and the best way, the long-lasting way, is to slow down so that you can turn it around safely and then begin to go north, and then you can accelerate. Once you take that turn, then you can accelerate. Do you see what we're saying? And also success is about following through. And that's why being in a community of people who are thinking alike, who are thinking high, whatever is high, whatever is good, whatever is of higher standing, this is what we talk about, this is what we think. We're not a mourning group. You're not going to come here and it's, for days and days, poor me, my hair is falling, I don't know what is, my neck is of course we are human beings. We will talk a little bit about that. But that's not where we dwell. We dwell on solutions. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? It's always about what are we going to do about it? Yeah, always about what are we going to do about it? What are we going to change? Because to transform, we must change something. Nothing changes. Nothing moves until we move, right? And also, we're going to be going deeper into this concept because it's by going deeper that we grow. When the roots are going deeper and deeper and deeper, the tree is likely to be stronger, right? The tree is likely to be stronger. The tree is likely to bear beautiful fruits. It's likely to last a long time. So we will be focusing on going deeper into these concepts. And one of the things I love about this community is our ability to ask those deep questions so that we can understand. And when we understand why, when someone can understand why, when your brain understands why, then it has a reason to carry on. On days that you're feeling you cannot be asked, the brain says, yes, you can be asked. Why? Because this is the result. This is the goal that we are looking to achieve. Right? Right. So I think we're going to now start sharing the package again because I can see that, hold on a minute. I can see that, yes, I will share that, Lucy. I will share that. Definitely will share that. We'll share that definitely. We will definitely share that. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Right. Hey, hey, hey. We will share that. Yes, certainly. Right. A lot of you asked for me to talk about this again. I spoke about it yesterday briefly when I was talking about what now, because some of you are asking me, so what now after this? We want, and it's so interesting because you were already asking, how can we carry on with this? Because you are intelligent enough to know that just because you had something, that doesn't mean that everything has overhauled, right? We have to keep going, like we have to keep going for it, right? We have to keep doing these things, right? So can you see that? Can you see that? You can see that? Brilliant. Thank you. Just drop a yes if you can see it. Yes. Beautiful Well Woman Coaching Program. It's a 6 weeks coaching program. And once again, here is our number, and it's +44 7385 915 862. And I did ask you to text me to say to me that you want to go onto that 10-day trial, right? Right. But I also know some of you are ready to get into this. And for that reason, let me go ahead and do this. What's in this? What's in the coaching program? We said it's 6 weeks, but actually, yesterday I felt inspired to double the 6 weeks. Instead of 6 weeks, we're going to make it 12 weeks. And I'll explain why. Because it takes about, in neuroscience, in psychology, we know that it takes about 63 days for us to formulate new habits, right? So that's the why I am doing this. You will hear me explain the why I'm doing this. Now, goals. Establishing beautiful, well women goals, right? That is going to be the first thing. As soon as you come to this community, that's exactly what we're going to do. And this is valued at $19.97, but you're not going to pay that at all, right? Here is something, there is a guy called Victor Dodson, and he said, goals, about goals. Without goals and plans to reach them, we are like a ship that has set sail, right? A ship that has set sail, but it has no destination. That's why goals are very important. In fact, right here on my wall is something that I read on a daily basis. In fact, every time it says, in the absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia. Until we are ultimately enslaved by the trivia. And that's by Robert Heinlein. That's why establishing goals is so, so important. And when you come into the community, we'll be establishing physical, mental, emotional, career, adventures goals. We are advancing women. A lot of people have no physical goals, like, how do I want to look? How do I want my skin to look? How do I want to look? How do I want my physique to look? What is the size I want to be healthy for me? How do I want to look? A lot of people don't have mental goals. How well do I want to be mentally? Do I want to be a person who can be still against all the odds that are happening around me? Who can be the anchor when everything else is falling apart? A lot of people don't have those goals, emotional goals. Do you want to be a person that has no enemy within you? A lot of people, we just, like Fitzberg said, we're like a ship that has no destination, right? And career is what you're doing, what you know 100% is what you are called to do. We'll be establishing those. And then adventure. Because here's the thing. We begin to grow old the day we stop playing. And a lot of people, they stop playing and then they begin to grow old. And then they say, I'm not playing because I'm old. But really, you're getting old because you stopped playing. So adventure, goals. And yesterday, it's very interesting as we go through, as I do this work, I get a lot of opportunities and I share these opportunities with my community. Somebody said to us yesterday that, oh, would you consider bringing your women for a Mount Kilimanjaro trip? And I said, yes, as you know me, I'm always open to possibilities. And I said, this is going to give us a reason to be well. You can't be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro with achy knees and achy ankles and or you well, it's going to give us a reason to be well, right? One of the reasons to be well, of course, we want to be well long term. But this, when you know there is something, you can go and actually enjoy the scenery. Gosh, that the buffaloes there, let me not even go there, right? Anyway, so we are able to establish those goals. Now, the next thing is understanding and implementing the framework. Remember, we did this on day 3, the 6-element system, right? The 6-element system. And some of you might say, oh, I know what it is. It's the head, the heart, the gut, community, food, and movement. This is not about head knowledge. This is not about tick box. I know it's movement. It's about going deeper. When we say movement, what exactly is going to move the needle? What movements are going to change your life? What movements are going to make your back never hurt again? What movements are going to make your shoulders never hurt again? Those are the conversations and the exercises we do here. It's not crazy, dumbbells and if you want to do that, it's okay, it's fine. But that's not what we're talking about. The community is beautiful, supportive women who are in this journey, because we know together we can rise. And you'll be surprised at the ideas you come up with, the ideas you generate when you join this community, because over here, women are collaborating. We're not in competition with each other. We are professional women sharing ideas, bouncing ideas off each other. At the same time, we are healing from within, right? So remember, I talked about the inner work, that's the head, and I talked about the 6 higher mental faculties. I talked about the heart, and I mentioned Brené Brown's heart, emotions, right? I also talked about the gut, right? In fact, for those of you who are coming for the 10-day trial, we're going to be starting with the gut. That intervention is starting from the gut. So I'm excited about that. So you guys, this is going to be part of it. And this just by itself, easy, 2997, but you don't pay that when you come to this community. And in fact, because of this event, you're not going to pay that, right? Then, remember I talked about simple movement to heal your head, your heart, and your gut, right? And it's about taking action, these simple actions on a daily basis, right? And that in itself, it's $997. And whoops, it's this. Do you know this? Daily cellular healing routines, morning and evening, right? Remember on day 2, is it day 2 or 1? I took you through the attitude of gratitude exercise. That is so deep. It heals you on a cellular level. And you will learn other exercises that actually help you, been proven to help us produce new stem cells, right? New stem cells. These activities can help you do that. I get excited, when people ask me, where do you get all your vigor from? Where do you get, and I said to the person the other day, since I discovered these processes, I am telling you, I feel better. When I was in high school, I used to play high school hockey, and I was vicious, and I was agile. I feel I've gone back to that. I feel I've gone back to that only with a head full of knowledge, right? So this is priceless, right? Now, on a weekly basis, we have what we call hot seats. Not hot seats. We call them love seats here. A lot of people call them hot seats, where you actually come and sit your pretty face over here. And then if you have a unique situation, a unique something that's happening, you have all these women loving on you, right? Remember, I said this is a community where people are actually supported. People are looking to collaborate. People want you to heal. We come to talk about how can we improve ourselves? How can we improve the quality of our lives? And it's like a mastermind. And when there is a mastermind, right, you get all sorts of amazing solutions, reflections, conversations happen. And that just in itself, for someone to have that conversation with me, you pay $9.97. But you don't have to do that. And then, again, we talk about daily wellness and self-care checklist, right? Remember I said, this is so important to be able to checklist your progress, to reflect is so important, so important. And I said, small hinges swing big doors. Come on, you guys. I think I can see some of you are saying, I want in. Thank you. You are going to love it here, and you're going to experience a time of your life, right? And as you can see, the whole thing, establishing beautiful well woman goals, understanding and implementing the framework, the six element system framework. And then there's a special, these special movements that heal your head, your heart, and gut. The whole package, it's so good, right? This whole package. And then remember I said it's 6 weeks, but I'm going to double it because I don't want any woman to be left behind. We are all going to do this together, and we are going to come out on the other end strong, right? So we're going to double this experience. It's going to be at 12 weeks for the price of 6 weeks. Now, I am getting so excited because, I love it when I see women here, they begin to stop suffering. And because when you stop suffering, when you're not suffering, when you're not holding ailments and aches and all sorts of mood swings, when you're not, apart from you improving, your relationships improve, your relationships with your partners improve, your relationships with your kids, your relationships at work, and even something better happens. You begin to dig up your dreams, the dreams that have been put on the side because you've been focusing and concentrating on so many other things. I feel excited talking about that. And when we double this experience, the whole package just in itself, it's $8,985, but we are doubling it. So it's $17,970. But here's what I'm going to do today. I want you to scan this code. Scan this code to join us. Scan this code. I'm going to leave it there for a minute so you can scan it, right? Scan that code, right? And whoa. I am feeling it. Thank you. Now, I'm going to leave it there. The lady's saying, scan that one there. Scan it and join us. scan it and join us. Yeah, I'll just drop it for a moment. I hope you've scanned it, or shall I give you another minute? Let me give you another minute to scan it for you guys who are, yeah, I'm holding. Right, I'll just have a drink as you do that. Have you all scanned it? Let me know. Balu, has everyone scanned it, do you think? Everyone, from whichever platform they're watching, it's, yeah. Or maybe you can drop the link over there, then they can scan it. Yeah. Right. Righty-ho. As you can see, this whole package, doubling the experience for beautiful, well woman coaching. We're going to double that for you. So instead of 6 weeks, it's going to be 12 weeks for the pro. So 12 weeks for the price of 6 weeks. And as you can see, the whole package is $17,970. But you are welcome to have this for that price. Imagine 1997, right? 1997 for the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. Yeah, for you. If you truly believe that health is wealth, you want to be jumping into this coaching program, because I want you to imagine, what is that pain costing you? What is it stopping you from being and doing? What are those ailments costing you? I want you to be very authentic with yourself. For me, I can count each one of them. For me, as I keep saying, for me, the worst thing was the belly. And I was saying to myself, how is it that I can be a wellness psychologist speaking to women about how to achieve optimum health, but yet I cannot manage myself? And I had to do something. That was one of the reasons. And then when the coach showed me the layer that was covering my organs, I honestly felt disgusted, but I felt worried for myself. And I said, this is how people end up having these other illnesses, just like that. Yet it's something I can do something about, right? And I started thinking in terms of, for example, that when I gave you the example of the hot flush, I'm like this, right? I was like, because of what's happening within me, now this is dictating what I dress. I'm not dressing how I like to dress. I'm being dictated by my hormones how I dress. That for me is losing my power. I want to dress, I want to wear the clothes I want to wear, not those ones that the sweat is not going to come through. And that I needed to stop those hot flashes from happening. And then it was the nighttime, like nighttime, the drenching. It's so uncomfortable, so almost it's disgusting, to be honest, right? And then there are other things. As you come into the community, you begin to hear even more deeper things, right? Because we share authentically with the community, right? So I want you to ask yourself, what is what you're going through now? What is your condition right now costing you? Is it costing you your relationship with your partner? Is it costing you your relationship with your kids? Is it costing you your relationship with yourself? Is it costing you? There was one woman, they couldn't travel. Why? Because they couldn't be in the plane for certain amount of time because of their knees. So it's costing you from actually living a full life. What is this costing you? And then remember, you're probably 45, 46, 47, 50, maybe you're even 55, maybe you're even 60. And assuming you're going to live until you're 90, how long do you want to struggle? When you might say, oh, it's gonna go away once the menopause is gone. Here is the problem. Once you develop those aches, they don't go away once the menopause is gone. Now they are your illnesses. They become part of you. They become part of you until you decide, no way, Jose. This is where reigning over your emotion, taking charge comes in. So I am asking you, if you don't invest in yourself for this, this so such a big deal. It's such a, I don't even know. I mean, the team were thinking I'm crazy for giving away so much. And you must agree that if I've given you this value for the last 4 or 5 days, if you've grown, how far you've grown, imagine how much you will grow, how much you can grow, and what can change for you. You are the goose that lays the golden eggs. So look after yourself. Look after yourself. And no one else is going to do that for you. I mean, of course, I saw some people say, oh, you can go for the pills and drugs and all that. However, are they taking away the pains? Are they taking away the problem forever? Have you then now become reliant on a pill, on a drug? Yet, you as a woman has the power to produce those pharmacological chemicals within you so you can heal yourself. Which one is your choice? Which one is your choice? I know what I prefer. I prefer to be in charge of me. I prefer to know that I can process what's happening within me, and I can command the cells of my body to serve me so that I can have the quality of life that I was created to have. Right? So you guys, I'm so thankful. I can see some of you are already joining in, and I am, let me just thank you actually straight up. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I can see you there. Thank you. Hey. Right. But also I have my VIP to go to. In fact, we are almost 15 minutes late, but I can see some of you are still here, and you know that we will still cover the 1 hour that we have our conversations with. So I know you don't fret about that, and it's well worth the wait. And so you guys, I am so thankful for the time we have spent together, for the 4 days. actually, do you know what? I am feeling like there's still some questions that need answering. There's still some topics that need addressing. And you know what I'm going to do? I haven't even spoken to my team about this. I haven't spoken to them about this, but I'm feeling inspired to give you all a bonus session tomorrow. So this is going to be a question and answer session. And I want you to come with all of your questions. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. For the first 10 people that say yes on the comments, I am going to allow you to come and have a sneak peek into our VIP. Oh, but actually, I need to speak to our VIPs because they have paid for it. So I don't want them to feel offended that, oh, we paid for it and other people are coming in. But here is the thing. Because we know and we want no woman to be left behind, I know they're going to be allowing. But that's just, you can come in and see what happens, right? So you're not going to have access to the recordings and all the other perks of being a VIP, but you can come and just observe what happens in there and just feel the experience, right? I know there will be an agreement in that, but I'll speak to them. And if there's a problem, I will post it right here and let you know that it's a no. But I believe most likely it's going to be a yes. But I'm so thankful for you. So look out for a post saying, because I haven't asked my team what time we're going to do this tomorrow, I'm going to have to just send you, for all of those who are on the email list, I'll send you an email letting you know what time this bonus session is. And it's a question and answer bonus session. And for those who have not subscribed yet, I'm urging you right now to go to www.wellwomanweekend.com. That's wellwomanweekend.com. Get on there so that you can receive the communication about this extra session. So for now, I'm so thankful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the inside, actually. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the inside. And just before we go, let me share this code again. Let me share this code again for the double experience of our coaching program, Well Woman Weekend coaching program. Again, it's a 6 weeks program, but we are doubling that time. We are doubling that time to make it 12 weeks. And why? Because it takes about 63 days in neuropsychology. We know it takes about 63 days to form new habits. And this is what we want. We want you to form new habits so that they can last longer. We want you to form deeper roots, stronger roots, so that you can stand firm, you can stand strong against any winds that come and try to attack you, and you can produce fruit, right? We want you going back to being a beautiful, well woman again, because you can. You don't have to be like 90% of women in menopausal period who are struggling, suffering, dropping downhill, right? Suffering with aches, ailments, bizarre behavior, getting even less productive in a period that really we should be having the best time of our life. Our responsibilities in terms of the kids is less, right? This is the time we should be having the time of our life. the time of our life, you know, knowing us, having adventures, making strides in our careers, whether you're moving to a different one or you're accelerating where you are, right? This is the time you should be having the best emotional experiences, the best mental capacity. You know, at this age, a lot of women are having brain fog, right? Why? You know, we want to be at top optimum capacity. That's why I'm inviting you to have this experience so that you can begin to thrive, become more productive, healthier, happier in this very, very beautiful season. In fact, if this can be our next spring, right? Go on to that code, scan that code, and let's meet on the inside. I will speak to you guys tomorrow when I present the bonus session. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.